Anyone from Las Vegas today? No, I do actually personally buy these mugs myself from the location that where they're from. Right, inmates. It's becoming increasingly difficult to create content for YouTube, but I appreciate the YouTube channel is getting great. Just crossed my 10,000 subscriber count, which is great. It's fantastic. It's only taken 2 years to get this far with it. It's basically because I'm just so busy selling and dispatching all the goods that I talk about. Hey, look at this, there's a pheasant, literally a pheasant right by my window. Look at that, isn't he a beauty? It's very distracting working from this office because I've got this right on my doorstep. Look at that, he's coming to say hello. So as I was saying before the pheasant rudely interrupted, so it's very hard to create content and get it on YouTube as quickly as I used to because I'm just so busy shipping out stuff to you guys who are buying the products that I'm putting on YouTube. Bit of a vicious circle really. Well, it's not vicious, but that's just the way it is. Until we can get ourselves sorted here, I don't really want to bring on staff who are working from inside my home. I'd rather have the barn renovated and have staff working from there. So we're gonna have to come up with a plan in some shape or form. Anyway, so today I'm gonna talk about the K5. I know you're all expecting a K5 installation video. That's not gonna be happening. The amount of hours that are required to actually film that and then to edit it, it's just taking too long, and I've got so many bikes being booked in every week. You know, the sun's coming out now and everybody wants their bikes kitted out, and I still limit myself to only one bike a week. I used to do 2 or 3 a week. It's now just one bike a week, and then with the mail order side of the business, it's very busy. And believe it or not, I know a lot of you think this is my hobby, and it is my hobby. This is my passion, what I'm doing, but I must go through at least somewhere between 60 to over 100 email sales inquiries a day. I'm not complaining, it's fantastic. I love what I'm doing, but I am having to carefully pick the 16 to 18 hours of work that I do a day, or, you know, when I'm going to be doing that. So it is quite busy here. So creating videos, I love doing it and I will still keep on doing it. Picking up the camera, not a problem. It's just creating the content and editing it and putting it here on a YouTube video for you guys to watch. So what I'm going to be showing you today is, well, you can see where I've put the K5 camera on my bike, and it all depends what bike you've got. So I've got a GS Adventure, but I've put a GS pillion grab rail on the back of it. So really, the installation I've done is more suited to a GS, not a GSA. Now, I've put the 4K camera on the back, which I know I've already had some remarks on social media that I'm defeating the whole object because the 4K camera is for the front. And if you want to put it on the front, well, then that's where you should put it. I'm not saying you shouldn't put it on the front. I'm just saying for me, this works well for me because I can still hide that 4K camera, the whole DVR unit, and then I can put the 1080p camera, which is still very good quality, in the front grille, the grille that I've made for the GS Adventure, which, by the way, selling loads of them. The last I heard, BMW in Germany have asked my local dealer here in England, Pidcock's, what the hell is going on? Why are you ordering hundreds of these grills? So I've already bought all the stock in Germany and they're making another 100 based on my order. And I'm just about keeping up on my orders. But thank you for those first 30 or so customers who patiently waited over a week for your grills. But there's more on the way for those who are still purchasing them. It's a fantastic way to mount your front camera. So if you want to mount it on the front, go and take a look at Teapot One. Now, I'm sure you've heard of him. He's a much bigger YouTuber than I am. He's the pro at all this. He usually gets his videos out there before I do. And he's got the GS, and you can see where he's put his K5 on the front. Obviously, it has to be on display. You cannot hide that DVR. The way I've done it on my bike, that's as hidden as you can make it, where you can still access the door to get to the SD card. So if you want it on the front, you have got to externally mount that and have it out on show. Another option which I thought about is you could, let me go and grab this actually right now. Right, what I've got here, I've got different types of fork mounts here. Now, one is 60mm, and I think the other one is 50mm. What I was thinking is you could mount it actually to the fork. So these are really, really big mounts. These aren't the ones that I use like these. This is an engine guard mount. These are the fork mounts. So I was thinking you could mount the DVR to the front, one of the front forks above the front fender, what we call mudguard us Brits, because another thing I know a lot of you want is to have a nice central image. You want to have the camera right in the center of your bike so you catch everything rather than being at the side and getting a blind spot. So you could do that, but it's still got to be out on display so you can access that SD card. There's no other way of doing it. And if there is, please let me know. Now, since I've rear mounted my K5 4K camera, I've then discovered that there's another YouTuber out there with over 1 million subscribers called I think it's called Chase Two Wheels, American fella. He must have got his hands on a K5 last year because I think he was one of the first guys to do a review on it, and he has also mounted his on the rear. But I think when you watch that video, I'll put a link in that so you can see that. But what you'll notice from watching the video, it seems that he didn't realize he was mounting it the wrong way around. And it was like towards the end, he suddenly realized, hey guys, we put the front on the rear and the rear on the front. And he's happy with that because that 1080p camera on the front is still good enough. Because after all, that's what we've been using on the K2s. And that's still what the K3 is going to be having, a 1080p camera, front and rear, because that's good enough for a dash camera. And it's still very, very clear. The beautiful thing about the K5 and the K3 is that lovely creamy audio, and it's really, really good. So what this video is me living with the K5. Got my new bike, as a lot of you know, my new R1250 GS Adventure, quad black, as I like to call it. And I've taken it out during the day with the K5, so you see me living with it. Now, bearing in mind, I do a lot of traveling, a lot of road trips. I'm used to using GoPros. I'm used to using dash cams. I'm used to using all this equipment. So you are now, in the next clip, you're gonna see the issues and the obstacles that I'm coming across using the K5 and also using the audio side of things for vlogging. I'm going to show you daytime footage and I'm going to show you nighttime footage. And also, just to pop into this as well, I know I'm cross-referencing videos here. I do the emblem indicators, turn signals for the BMW, and I literally had just fitted them to my bike. In the video, I do talk about my emblem indicators quite a lot, but I'm trying to show you how I'm using the K5 as a vlogging tool. So you're going to hear me using the GoPro, you're going to see and hear me using the iPhone, you're going to see and hear me using the K5. And keep your eye up in the top left hand of the screen because I've put a little thing up there in the post edit to show you what camera is rolling and what audio is rolling as well. So whilst I'm videoing all this, I've got the GoPro recording video and audio, and I've got the K5 recording video and audio. But in post edit, I can do whatever I want with that. I can use a bit of K5 video and a bit of GoPro audio. And you'll hear me doing that because I have to. Because at certain stages, I'm jumping off the bike, I'm looking at the bike is running, the K5 is rolling, but because I'm not with the bike, the K5 microphone can't hear me vlogging. So just little things like that. In terms of installation, I will try my very best in the not too distant future to bring you a full K5 installation video, but I'm afraid it's all about time. It's all about having enough time to do that. And then also the other thing I'll be bringing to you soon, so obviously we're talking about the K5. Loads of these in stock still, by the way, so if you want one, grab one now. Still got plenty of the K2s. I literally installed a K2 this week and I'm installing another 2 K2s before the weekend, and it's Wednesday today. And then the next video coming is this, the K3. So I have one of, I think, 3 K3s in the country. This is just for review purposes. I think INNOVV might ask for it back. I've already had a customer say, can you fit it to my bike, please? Sorry, I can't. I will be fitting it to my bike though in the next couple of weeks and doing a full review on that, exactly what I think to it and the installation side of things. But then I think I've got to take it off and give it back. Sorry, this is a long one, but I think for those of you who are serious about buying a dash cam, it's a lot of money. So take your time, watch this video, see the quality difference, see how I get on with it during daytime and nighttime, just going for a ride. I have tried to keep this as short as possible, but I think you just got to go with it, watch it, because if you're serious about buying one of these products, well, take your time and see what you think. Till next time, stay safe behind those bars, and I'll see you in the next video. Right, so it's very, very difficult, you know, doing this whole, got my head there, this whole multi-cameras. So I've put my SLR back in the house now, so the bike is now turned on, and I'm hoping the front camera on the K2, let me turn this around for you so you can see it. Okay, so hopefully you can hear me on the iPhone that I'm recording now. Now all that flashing you can see right now is nothing to do with the bike. That is all coming through the camera, all to do with the settings. So on my SLR it's hard to even make the lights appear, and on here they just flash like crazy. So just trying to imagine that they are just steady on. So what we're going to do is going to jump on the bike, take it for a little test ride. So remember, that is the rear camera, that's the rear camera for the K5, and then I've got the front camera on the rear, just there. Now, the reason I've got this out here, I want to put that up inside my helmet so you can hear what it's like vlogging, and then later on I will then put that back. What I'm trying to say is, I'm going to hold this here, come down to the K5 camera. Right, so if anyone's watching me, it's a good job I live out in the sticks, because I must just look completely crazy here. So I'm going to pop this up inside my lid, go for a ride, and then hopefully this is capturing everything, and I'll then take it out, and then we'll just ride back with this under the rear seat, so you can hear what it's like then as well. That's still recording, isn't it, as well? No, it wasn't even recording. Okay. Now, I've got to sync all this up as well. How am I going to sync all this up? Somehow I've got to sync it all up. Yeah, so, okay, let's go for a ride, let's get this done. That's it. Let's go for a little run then. First time I've ridden this bike. First time out on the road. Ooh, it's exciting. This is a tad exciting. Oh, this is exciting. This is my new black bike. My new quad black. I know you can't see it because I haven't got my GoPro on, but the new bar riser is great. Look at that, 4 miles on the clock. I started with 3 miles, 4 miles on the clock, brand new bike. I know it sounds silly, but just adjusting these mirrors on the 719 option is absolutely bliss. Right, I need to just adjust my microphone because it's already, the K5 microphone is already dislodged. I didn't fit it properly enough. Oh, what's that? Oh, the cover's come off and it's dropped on the floor. Wonderful, and the wind's blowing it along as well. Oh, it just doesn't get better than this, does it? You can probably see it on the camera. Let me run and go and get that. I need to get this camera cable though. Not camera cable, microphone. Where is it? Now I've lost sight of the wind muff. So that needs to be glued on, obviously. I'm just trying to go and have a look for it. Let's turn the engine off. Right, okay, I found the muff. So basically the little muff which goes over the top of the microphone came off, fell on the floor, the wind got it, and I've had to go and find it. So 2 minutes later, it took 2 or 3 minutes, got it back. I've now securely fitted it underneath here. Actually, do you know what? It bloody isn't. Look at that, it just fell off again. Oh, God. So let me just do a better job of fitting that on. I had that grabbed right on. That crocodile clip is not the best. It doesn't grip on as nice as I like it. And another tip is the wire coming out from under the seat. Don't put it on the clutch side of the bike. Put it on the accelerator side of the bike. So as you get on the bike, you haven't got to climb through it or over it or get it stuck under your leg. You leave it to the side, and obviously you don't want to be dangling the wire over the exhaust. It's not ideal really. Maybe I'm just used to using the GoPro and I need to get used to using this. So that's coming out the side of the seat. I need to get this up inside my lid. Nice and secure without that coming off. So that's another thing. Glue this on. Glue it on. Because it comes off so easily. Look at that. You know, this is for a biker. You know, we've got gloves on. We're out in windy conditions sometimes. That comes off, hits the floor, it's gone. Glue it on. I'm literally holding it in my teeth. So we just go around the vlog. Right, and I've just channeled the wire through one of my puffers. I can't say puffers because it's in my teeth. Right, okay. Okay, I'm just going to turn this around because I didn't want to come this way. Okay. I'm actually really looking forward to seeing the footage. I'm sorry I'm talking funny because, as I told you, I've got a Lavalier mic in my teeth, so you might hear it clattering a little bit. Tell you what, I'm very impressed with these mirrors, because on all my previous GS's I've always had to get mirror extenders because I'm a big lad, got wide shoulders. Whereas this, obviously I've got the 14mm bar risers on this bike, so it does make a difference just having it up. So we're doing 50 miles an hour. I'm talking quite normally. I can hear myself very well. So I cannot wait to hear what this comes out like at 50 miles an hour. Okay, he's turning right, so let's get some power on. I'm doing 60 odd, and I'm talking quite normally, not raising my voice. I can't. Thing in my mouth. So I can't wait to hear what this sounds like. We're turning left here. I still don't know the area very well. Oh, those indicators, those side emblem indicators look amazing. You can't see them, but I can. Look great. And it's quite windy out here, so I've got a lot of helmet noise myself. I'm not wearing earplugs. So another little test here, doing 62, 65. Slow down a little bit. I don't want to get my bike mucky because it's booked in. When I say booked in, I've got a slot in a couple of weeks' time where it's being ceramic coated. This is a service that I actually provide myself. But it's not just me. I'm the expert on the stripping of the bike, and then I've got a qualified guy. I'm actually qualified to do it, but just so we can get the job done efficiently and extremely well. I'll be doing the stripping, and another guy with years of experience will be doing the applications under my supervision. Right, I'm now going to put the microphone under the seat to see what it sounds like, just for sound, because then I can make a decision whether I'm going to use it for, I'm speaking funny because I'm trying to balance this microphone. I can make a decision if I'm going to use the microphone on my GoPro for vlogging, or the microphone on the K5 for vlogging. Right, let's put it under the seat. Okay, here we are. So, how did that come out? You know, so this is all part of the K5 review. Now, the next thing I'm going to try now, hopefully the exhaust isn't being too loud. The next thing we're going to try is downloading the footage. So the K5 has got this remarkable download speed. So we're going to see how good this really is. Now, for me personally, I take the SD card out. I just find it much quicker. But let's see how fast it is to come across to the phone. But not only the phone, let's link the Wi-Fi on my Mac. Let's hook the Wi-Fi between my Mac and the K5 as well, so we can actually see how quick it is, because it'd be great if I could just flick open my Mac at the end of a road trip and just ping it all across. If it takes 10 minutes, I'm fine with that. So let's see how long it takes. Okay, just halfway through editing all this, and I just realised I can't find any of the footage that I know I recorded for showing the download over Wi-Fi using the iPhone. Now, one thing, I felt a bit stupid actually, because I just said on there, let's see how long it takes to download via Wi-Fi onto my Mac. That's not possible because the app is only accessible via an Android phone or an iPhone. You can't put the INNOVV app onto a Mac. If you can, that'd be great. Maybe that might come later. If INNOVV see this, I'll report that back, because that would be useful for me. But just for the record, the iPhone download, it's a lot faster than the K2, but it's not fast enough to basically operate it the way I want to operate it, which is to be able to do 5-10 minute segments at the end of a road trip, highlight all those segments and just zap it across to my Mac, not my phone. I don't want all that content on my phone. However, for a dash cam purpose, it's perfect, because you can select 1 minute, 2 minutes, up to 5 minutes, if not more, but ideally, let's say 5 minutes max. Log on to the Wi-Fi using your phone, ping it across. You probably find a 5-minute clip takes about 20-30 seconds. It's really, really quick. So that is a bonus in comparison to the K2 and the K3. Only the K5 has got those fast download speeds over Wi-Fi. But for me, it's a case of I need to take the SD card out, I need to download that SD card data onto a computer or onto a solid state drive so I can use it for editing. Right, now for the night ride. Hello, we're going on a night ride to test the K5. When you come along. It's Wednesday the 17th of March and it's 9:15 in the evening. A couple of things I want to test. Obviously, we're going to test the K5 in comparison with the GoPro audio. Using the GoPro, look down to see what the feedback is like on the emblem turn signals, because I've got them widened through the Canon Smart and I've got them dimmed right down to 10%. So we're going to see how much glare we're getting from that, because they're obviously in a position which do catch your eye as you're riding. I think it's okay when you're indicating, because they're going to come through quite bright, but we can adjust the brightness of the indicators as well. I have got them on 100%, so they might be a little bit too glary, but we're going to see that on the GoPro footage right now. So we're just going to ride into Tamworth. If you've heard of Tamworth, I've only been there a couple of times since I moved here. And we're going to get on the country lanes and we're going to come back on the motorway. All right, let's go. Someone asked on a video the other day, what jacket have I got? It's over a year old now. It's a Rallye. Fantastic. It's like luxury on a whole different level. Unfortunately, I had to go through spending probably thousands of pounds on various different suits over the years before I've settled with this. I think this is going to last me a lifetime. I won't bother with the buff, it comes with this. Sync these up. Click of the fingers. All part of the syncing process. Wallet, just in case I need that for identification if I fall off. Can you believe I'm saying this stuff? Right, let's go. There she is. Right, what I'm doing here is taking the back seat off. Obviously I've connected the heated seats up now, so... Alright, now what I'm doing here is unclipping the microphone. Now what I learnt from the thing I did yesterday, 2 days ago, was to make sure the microphone wire is going out the right hand side, so it doesn't get in the way when you're hopping on the bike. So let's just put that... It's very fiddly, this is. Very fiddly indeed. So there is the microphone wire. It's very, very thin, so I don't think this is gonna, I think this is one of the things I need to update INNOVV with. Obviously they're going to see this video, that this needs to be upgraded. This wire needs to be something a little bit more long lasting and durable. Now I still haven't got around to gluing this on. As you saw already, it came off, or have you heard, it came off in the last test I did during the day. I find it easier to get on the bike first, so I'm just going to clip that. If I clip it just there, and I'll reach round and put it into my lid once I'm on the bike. Now, I'm a seasoned GoPro user, and I always use switched power for my GoPro, so I'm just going to plug this in. So when I turn the bike on, grab the microphone, the K5 microphone, pop that up in here. Okay, let's go. Okay, so if you look down, the running lights on the emblems, they are not too bad at all. They're not dazzling me whatsoever. They are really nice at 10%. Very nice. And look, if I indicate left, look at this. And that's not too bright either for me to look at. And I'm out here in pitch black here. So it's the first time I've ridden the new bike at night time. I must just stress, the GoPro will never and has never and will never be able to capture exactly what the human eye can see in terms of the power of the lights. So now we can have a look at what this looks like. Well, that's Christmas lights. Of what this looks like riding through a lit up area. So we're obviously in a slightly built up area as we're coming into the town of is it a town? Of Tamworth? Yes, a town, isn't it? So let's have a look at the K5 footage. See that guy up ahead has got his headlights on. Oh, this heated seat is blissful. I've got to say, I never thought I needed it, but I don't know how I've come this far. I'm on my 4th GSA, and I haven't had heated seats till now, and I've got this on setting 3, and I've got my grips on setting 3 as well. You get 5 settings. It's just absolutely sublime. It doesn't just keep your bum warm, it keeps other things warm as well, if you know what I mean. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know the area. I'm just riding. But I just want to pull over and have a look at the bike. You know, you've got to do that, haven't you? When you buy a brand new bike, you go for a little ride, and then you've got to pull over somewhere and step away and just look at your bike. Yeah, I should be showing me indicators, shouldn't I? I'm not indicating because there's no traffic around me or behind me. I don't bother with my turn signals. Yeah, look at that turn signal. I put my hazards on. Look at that. Obviously my D2s are flashing alternately. I don't know if you can see that in front. I'll tell you what, I'm going to go down and position myself in front of the glass windows. Look at that. Can you see that up ahead? Look through the GoPro and look through the K5. I'm going to stick it into a disabled space. Wonder who gives me stick for that. Right, let's turn the hazards off. Look at the full beam. Oh, look at that. Ooh. Right. Kickstand. Right now, take note. So I'm going to leave the engine running just so we know we still got the K5 running. I'm going to step off the bike. Now you have to remember, I've still got the microphone attached. I'm still attached to the bike. But then again, so is my GoPro. But I can literally just pull the wire out the side. But I've got a little bit of slack on that as it is. So I'm going to unplug the GoPro. So taking the power out of that, wrap that around my handlebar phone. And now I'm going to pull the microphone out. There's the microphone for the K5 in my hand. Step off the bike, trying not to catch my leg on that wire, because if I catch my great big lump of a leg on that wire, I'm going to literally rip it in half. So it's not so great. So I'm going to pin that down here. So sorry K5 audio, I've got to leave you behind. So I'm going to do some vlogging about my bike, looking at my bike, standing in from the side of my bike, but I can't use the audio. Whereas GoPro, got it right here. Right, let's walk around this nice and slowly. Using my neck as a gimbal. So let's have a close-up look of this. Isn't that lovely? So as you look at the front of the bike, you can actually see the emblem discs, and they're not too bright. And like I say, if you want to, you can turn them up to 20% or 30%. And I think 20 or 30% would be absolutely okay, because they're not blinding me. And even when I indicate, I don't feel like I need to turn that down. But we can dial in 80% or 70%. But I've got them on 100%. But I do feel like, look at that. Isn't that lovely? That's pretty sexy. That is pretty sexy. Keep forgetting. Look, K5, can you see me? Right, let's turn that indicator off. Let's put on the full beam. Ooh, flipping heck, that's going to burn your retinas, isn't it? Hey, I suppose if I put the 1080p camera from the K5 looking at me, oh, that's so bright. That is crazy bright. I'm going to adjust them a little bit though, so they point upwards a little bit more than they did on the way out here. That one's okay, it's good. Right, let's jump back on the bike. Alright, let's head for that M42. This should be interesting to see what the sound is like, also what the actual camera's like. If you're considering a K5 for your bike and doing the setup I've done here with the 4K camera at the back and the 1080p at the front, is this good enough for you? Look at that indicator, look at that indicator. Ooh. Don't worry, I did check my mirror before I came out around the right hand side of this guy. I realised my indicator cancelled itself. It's pretty neat. I don't know why I'm using the clutch. There we go. Quick shifter. Put it in cruise control. Oh, do you know, I completely forgot that I was recording all of that. So did you see that? Car going off to the left and the car decides to overtake me. It's a good job we've got our wits about us and we're looking at exactly what we're doing. Okay, here we are. Back at the barn.